easily we can say, mountain, the lightning and thunder can be a little scary and we can't control him. He has ways. He has commands. He has something for us to respond to. And that can be scary, but we do not want to fall into the fact that we would go and turn and make something comfortable for us. Out came the golden calf. It was something they were familiar with in Egypt. They knew idols, and it was something they were used to, familiar, comfortable. They were returning to that. And how often can we turn to things that make us comfortable, or we can say, we're going to worship God this way. This is going to be our order of things, and this is what makes me feel good. That doesn't make me feel good, so it's uncomfortable, and I'm going to go somewhere else. And so I think what hit me so much is the reality in my life that, do I have the proper image of God, or am I creating an image of God in my own mind out of my own context and saying, because they said, this is Yahweh, the God who brought you up out of the land of Egypt, pointing to a golden calf. So do we point to ways and structures and things in our life and say, this is the God that I worship out of my own, like in my own context, in my own mind, rather than taking a on that mountain? And so I was broken by that, and I was humbled, and I said, God, I want to, no matter how difficult it is for me, no matter what my feelings are, no matter how painful it is to repent, no matter how painful it is to understand that relationships with one another are hard, but we're supposed to love one another. I needed to get my focus back on, I want to be with the one true God more than I want anything else, any comfort. And it's a process, but I just invite you into that as I share this, that we understand that that is so much greater than any idol we can form with hands, or any system we can create and say, this is God. And so the other thing I wanted to share in the waiting and in the delay is they lost hope and lost sight. There was a delay in Moses coming back. And sometimes, and I know a lot of us right now are in a delay, in a waiting. We know that God has given us a promise. We know that God is with us, and we might not feel it right now, or we know we want to hear from the Lord and be in his presence, and maybe he's quiet right now. You have longings, and we have loved ones that we are praying for. We desperately want their healing, but there's a waiting, and there's a delay. And are we going to turn aside in that delay, or are we going to hold steadfast? Because of our love for God, for the one true God, in the way that he commands us to love him with everything that we have. Not our feelings. The way we think about love today is we think about the feelings that we have. We're Twitter-pated in the spring sometimes with things that we love. And when that feeling fades, what's left is a deep devotion, the day in and day out, that I am fully and wholeheartedly devoted to you, like God is to us, his perfect love, his devotion. So that's what I want to leave you with, is the idea of being steadfast in the waiting and the delay, and setting your heart that you would shema the words of the Lord, that you wouldn't just hear the words that are spoken, but you will respond out of love and obedience and that desire to be with the one true God and to worship him. So I will give you that opportunity to respond. The worship team is going to close us out with this song, so feel free to stand up and sing along. The words will be up on the screen, or sit there, but definitely shema the word of the Lord today.
Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad,
Shema Israel,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad,
Shema Israel,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.